Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be an update on my 2020 F250 6.7 Power Stroke King Ranch Crew Cab Short Bed 4x4 truck. I love this truck. This is a great truck. I have 16,700 some miles on the truck, and there's been no issues. Now, I just had the OCR turned on. That's Operator Commanded Regeneration, or Manual Regeneration turned on. And you can see here, when you get that turned on, it'll give you the exhaust filter screen, percentage screen, to let you know how much your, how plugged up your DPF is. Now, when the dealership, or if you have Forescan, when you do this procedure, you go to IPC, and you go to where it has Manual Regeneration, and you download it, and you run the program. And it'll give you three options. The first one is less manual regeneration. I think that's the factory, with the settings for the truck. Option 2 is manual regeneration. Option 3 is manual regeneration with Auto Regen Inhibit. That's what I had the dealership turn on, is manual regen with Auto Regen Inhibit. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that your truck will never go into regen. What that means is when you go to advanced settings, you'll see this box, Auto Regen, and it's checked, which means it's turned on, which means the truck will regen automatically on its own. Now, when you hit option 3, manual regen with Auto Regen Inhibit, it gives you the option to turn off auto regen. So auto exhaust cleaning off, hit OK. And now the auto regen is not checked, and you have the exhaust, filter DPF screen, the little icon there, turned off. Which means when you're about to pull into the driveway and your truck goes into regen, and that's really irritating, you can stop that. So my truck regens every 500 miles, except for one incident, and I'll explain that later. But that's that one instant. Is the reason why I had OCR turned on. But anyways, I know my truck regens every 500 miles. So if I'm if I'm coming home and I'm at that I'm close to that 500 mile mark, and I know the truck's going to regen, and I don't want it to, because I want to pull my truck into the garage, turn the truck off, and go to bed, right? I now have the ability to turn off auto regen, so I can turn it off. And then the next morning, when I'm on my way to work or driving somewhere far, I can turn auto regen back on so the truck can go into regen, which I just did, turn it back on. And that's important. Why? Well, for people like me, it's important because I monitor my regenerations. Now, the average Joe Schmo, they don't monitor that stuff. They don't care. They just push the button and go. They fuel up and go. Whereas me, I don't want to turn the truck off in the middle of a regen. I don't want to shut it down in the middle of a regen, because exhaust temperatures are really high and it's just not good for the overall filter. So to help maintain DPF filter life, I'm going to ensure that I'm on the highway when the DPF needs to be cleaned out. So also at 30,000 miles, I plan to initiate a manual regen. In other words, I'll keep the auto regen off around that time, and around 30,000 miles, I will force an OCR. So if you keep the auto regen turned off and you turn the truck off and the truck is due for a regen, it'll tell you. The prompts will come up and say, and I've done videos on this on my 2017, if your exhaust filter needs to be cleaned or something, hit OK to enable, and you hit OK to confirm. It'll turn on, and it'll go into regen for like 30 minutes in the driveway. You can check out my older videos on my 17. But anyways, so that's what I plan to do. So I'll continue the auto regens every 500 miles. I'll do an OCR every 30,000. That way the DPF can get a deep clean, because when the truck goes to the OCR, it's like a deep clean regen. It's 30 minutes long, and 30 minutes or more long. And it really cleans out that filter. Whereas on the highway, My typical regen is about 16 minutes or 16 miles. And yeah, so that's what I plan to do. Anyways, this is how I monitor when my truck goes into regen. Again, the EGR will go to 0, and that's how you'll know it's in regen. It'll go to 0 and stay at 0. And then you'll see exhaust gas temperatures begin to rise. So, but anyways, that's just a quick little video on manual regeneration, OCR, and a little update on my 2020. No issues, truck's great. Yeah, I mean, the reason why you don't see that many videos is, one, there's no issues with the truck. So, truck's been doing great. So anyways, I recommend, if you want to monitor your regens and your exhaust filter full percentage and be able to control your regens, I highly recommend either use ForScan or go to the dealer, have them turn on OCR. They can do it through IPC. They got to download it, and they got to hit option 3. I highly recommend option 3, manual regeneration with Auto Regen Inhibit. All right, that's it.